Hello, all. Welcome to Practolytics, your healthcare partner. Here we are with the second part from the psychotherapy series. In the last video, we have discussed the general and basic guidelines in the psychotherapy. Today, we will see the CPT codes to be used in detail. Psychiatry CPT codes are numerous and nuanced. This video will teach you the most common psychiatry CPT codes, add-on codes, the evaluation and management codes that are there in the psychotherapy section, and how to build psychiatry CPT codes. There are quite a few CPT codes for billing psychiatry services, and some get reimbursement of more at a higher rate than the others. Are you confused, or is there some perplex in choosing the right code? Don't worry. We at Practolytics provide a billing service that can help decode the right psychiatry CPT codes to use. This guide will also help you find out which codes to pick. Here are some most common psychotherapy CPT codes. Initial assessment. A psychiatric diagnostic evaluation is an integrated biopsychosocial assessment including client history, mental status, and treatment recommendations. It may include communication with family or other sources and review ordering of diagnostic studies. We have two codes when it comes to initial assessments, that's 90791 for psychiatric diagnostic evaluation and 90792 psychiatric diagnostic evaluation with medical services. Then there will be a question here. When to use these two CPT codes 791 and 90792? Here is the answer. These two codes are typically used for the first session or initial client assessment. Then comes individual psychotherapy. This is one-on-one work between a therapist and a client. There are many different styles of therapy, but all of them center around helping the client reaching his or her own stipulated goals. Here are the individual psychotherapy codes which are based on time. Firstly, for a therapy session which lasts 17 to 37 minutes in length, please use CPT code 90832. Likewise, for a therapy session which lasts 38 to 52 minutes in length, use CPT code 90834. In a similar way, for a therapy session which lasts 53 minutes in length, use 90837. In the previous video itself, we have discussed that we can report both an evaluation management code and a psychotherapy service together on a same date of service when they are significantly and separately identifiable, right? Here are the add-on codes that comes into picture if you can see over the screen. They are CPT 90833 for individual psychotherapy for 30 minutes along with an E&M and CPT 90836 for individual psychotherapy 45 minutes along with an E&M. 838 for individual psychotherapy for 60 minutes along with E&M. If you can see, there is a plus symbol in front of all these 833, 836 and 838. That means these are purely add-on codes. The appropriate primary code would be the E&M that you're billing along with this psychotherapy codes. Make sure these two are billing together in order to, get your claim reimbursed in a proper way as expected. And here is also an important pointer. Please note that the length is face-to-face time session, not including any administrative. That means your documentation time will not be included in the session time. Time itself means it has to be completely face-to-face that you are spending with the patient. These are used when providing insight-oriented, behavior-modifying, supportive, or interactive psychotherapy. Moving on to crisis. There are also CPT codes for psychotherapy for crisis. These are the codes for crisis psychotherapy sessions which require urgent assessment of the history crisis state, a mental status exam, and disposition. Here we have two CPT codes. The first one is CPT 90839 for psychotherapy crisis, first 60 minutes. Likewise, we have an add-on code 90840 psychotherapy for crisis, each additional 30 minutes thereafter. This length is again face-to-face time, not including any administrative, that is your documentation time. Please note, in order to use this code, the presenting problem must typically be life-threatening or complex, which requires immediate medical attention to a patient in high distress. It is especially important to document the medical necessity of the situation, the risks involved, any referrals to narrow services, and communications with other contacts when billing this code. 90840 is used when a psychotherapy session lasts more than 60 minutes, and thereafter for each additional 30 minutes, you can go ahead and use 90840. List separately 840 in addition to the primary code 839. This is all about the crisis. And moving on to couples therapy. There are also CPT codes for family psychotherapy, that's your conjoined therapy with the patient present. Again, these are also time-based, used for face-to-face or telehealth couples in family psychotherapy sessions of 26 minutes or longer. The minimum time required is 26 minutes or longer for reporting a CPT 90847. Again, a question: when to use the CPT? When the primary purpose of the session is the treatment of identified client's condition. Let me come up with an example to make it clear for you. When there is a need to observe and correct to psychotherapeutic techniques, the client's interaction with partner or family members, when there is a need to assess the conflicts or impairments within the relationship of family and assist the family members in the management of the client or with the symptoms. These are the cases when you can use a family or a couples therapy. That's all for today. Hope this video helped you in choosing the appropriate code for the psychotherapy services. Again, we will be back soon with another video on the documentation requirements and utilization guidelines for psychotherapy services. In the meanwhile, please stay tuned, and if you have any queries, as always, please don't hesitate to reach us on our website at www.practolytics.com, or you can always dial us directly on 803-932-9624 anytime. Similarly, you can drop us an email at sales@practolytics.com. We will love to help you.